Previously on the rise and fall of Natureboy and Carbonnation.
I think we can all imagine the anguish trying to find someone you love so much who vanished inside a cult.
Questions remain, including why so many people would leave their families to join that cult in the first place.
They seem to think or feel that they're on a kind of retreat and they're putting up tents and they seem to be so filled with celebration. What you think is community, what you think is love, is a disguise for something much darker.
The world sees as this little white girl that is being held captured by this angry cult leader black man. OMG. I'm dead.
Not too long before Kayla arrived, a 23-year-old man named Logan Leathers had joined. Natureboy would later name him Tron.
I come from Maine. I come from an area where there's no black people. You see what I'm saying? I was raised by, completely just, a white family. I was adopted and was adopted from Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland is where I portaled in from. I'm pretty sure that my Babylon mom was in jail because I was born in the police station.
Tron would later speak on the tension the group was facing at the time Kayla joined.
When she came from Canada, this is where it brought this is where a lot of the following came from. Because now you have the entire, and whoever her family is big, you know what I'm saying? Because when she came through, they were on us like, flies on.
Ultimately, the negative coverage would become too overwhelming for Melanation. Natureboy would make the decision to cut ties with Kayla.
We had a meeting and Natureboy had decided that I should head back because of all the hype.
After the meeting, Natureboy would post a video alongside Kayla as she told everyone she was headed back to Canada.
Yeah, I'm going back to Canada mainly because of the safety of us. I don't want anybody getting hurt because I'm here. So I'm gonna go back there for now until I get things straightened out.
So why did you leave in the first place?
We can't own.
Why did you leave why don't you tell them why you left in the first place? Did I call you like, hey, come join us, be here with us? Am I controlling and manipulating your mind?
I was gonna leave Canada even before I found nature.
The attention around Kayla leaving Canada to join Melanation was huge.
So that's where a lot of the things, that's where BBC came in, BBC did a whole documentary.
If Natureboy is not done talking or done doing this, then we don't go to sleep. They see him as like their master teacher. You don't disrespect the master teacher.
Is it a cult?
It is.
You get caught in the attachment, the emotion. So I literally gave my money to him. How much money did you give? Well, I just gave him my debit card.
The people that you see talking about me online, I spent my money taking care of them. I took my money. My money that was given to me by Key, about $300,000.
Within 6 months of living in Costa Rica, Key had given Natureboy his entire inheritance, which equaled to more than $300,000, and Natureboy spent all of it.
Key, how much money did I spend?
300,000. 300,000, like that.
300,000.
I gave $300,000 plus more. I'm not gonna say the plus number. I'm just leave it at plus.
I got the $300,000. It's all gone now.
I'm gonna tell the truth about it. You use your wizardry like you know how, and you cast your spells. Of course, Key is young. He gave you 20 grand. You spent that up. You asked for 30, and you pissed his money off away. You made every purchase. You said buy this, buy that, buy that.
So why I gave 300,000? Yo, it was crazy. It was like nobody else was like diligently like telling people to move out of the country, inspiring people, motivating people, providing all this knowledge, providing all this wisdom, it's like, damn, I wanted to be a part of that, my nigga. I looked up to him and I was following him for a while, and I started applying the knowledge to my life. That was my hero, bro. I learned about diet. He enlightened me on the epigenetics, you know what I'm saying? He put me on to astrology, learning myself, studying myself, you know what I'm saying? And then he was starting a movement with that. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to support that. I wanted to support the man that's making a movement. I want to support that movement that changed my life. Yes, all the money I had, I want to support that. I felt that in my heart, like it was the right thing to do. like I was doing the right thing. So no, I don't regret none of that money that that was given or that was spent. I don't.
It would be around this time that Phoenix would part ways with Natureboy and Melanation after Natureboy started flirting with his girlfriend behind his back.
He was doing things with, the women over here, and, Phoenix has his girl, and, this dude Natureboy was kind of like, trying to hit all his girls. So it became more of a thing where this dude Natureboy was dealing with a lot of sex forces. They got in a fight. The dude got in a fight with this dude, not actual physical fight, but argument.
Melanation would continue on their journey, and some new members would join along the way. One of those people would be a young woman named Stephanie from West Virginia. Natureboy would first name her Fury, but later change her name to Serenity. She will become one of Natureboy's wives.
Yes, it has happened. I quit my job. I didn't even give him a 2 weeks notice. I ended up finding a video by Natureboy TV. I just continued to watch him and follow him. And before I knew it, this life that I lived was a lie. We should not be in this environment that we're in, and I will say United States. So I quit my job because I found my purpose. My purpose is to leave Babylon, go to Costa Rica, go back to nature, go to the jungle, and live this life and spread this message.
Today we want to introduce Nature Girl Fury.
Not long after Serenity's arrival, Yaya decided to leave. She'd been struggling with polygamy since she first joined. Although she did participate, her heart wasn't in it.
To me, men are using polygamy as a way to get what they want. I don't see how it benefit me.
But polygamy was only one of the reasons she would finally leave. Behind the scenes, Natureboy had started to become abusive.
It was a lot of verbal and mental abuse.
But when the abuse started to become physical, Yaya wanted no parts of Melanation anymore. The last time things got physical, BP witnessed it.
He slapped her up and punched her a couple of times, and then he told her to go in the tent and give him oral sex. So that was the breaking point for me.
BP and Yaya would both leave together. Yaya would go back to her hometown of New Orleans, and BP would go back to Georgia. It wouldn't be long before Natureboy would have another wife join. He would name her Pocahontas.
Look at my beautiful queen.
Although Natureboy was unwavering when it came to all of his wives agreeing with polygamy, it was strongly discouraged for any of them to have kids.
You couldn't have children as a woman. If you had a child, it was a curse from God. It was your karma.
In Melanation, he believed that the black woman was God, the archetype, and that when you are of a high frequency, when you're God, there's no need to procreate.
So on this frequency, right, if we're not supposed to be reproducing, because he said we're not supposed to be reproducing, then still, why do you need all these wives? Why? I don't understand it.
Despite Natureboy's strong opposition to women in the group having kids, Pocahontas would get pregnant by him just a few months after joining.
And when she got pregnant, he was like, all magically like, oh, we need to have kids, and then he started pushing that. So like certain things just started changing over time.
It was around this time that Natureboy would have the internet in a frenzy for a statement he made regarding his son.
You know why I don't let kids around me, other people kids around me? Because the way I am. See me, I like to be naked. Let me tell you a little son about Natureboy. See me, I'm a real human. See my kids, when I see my son, this is how I treat my son. We naked together. My son started being ashamed of his body, and I seen it happen. I didn't want that to happen. They made him ashamed of his body. They showed him that he was naked. I did not want him to know he was naked. I said, son, look here. I didn't even want him to be in a world where he knew he was naked. I wanted my son to be so pure that he never knew he was naked. I take bath with my kids. I'm naked with my kids. I have sex in front of my kids. I never be ashamed of sex. My son be breastfeeding and I'll be making love to his mama. That's me, bruh. That's how I get down around kids. I try to keep their purity. I don't want to take their purity away by covering myself up. They're going to be ashamed and cover themselves up. And I'm pure at heart. So you can think in your mind, if I let another kid here, I'm going to have to change the way I am so that your kid can be comfortable around me. No, I'm going to be naked as fuck in front of your kids. My son comes up and grabs my penis. I let him grab my penis. I had sex with his mom. I'm making love to his mother. After I'm done, I'm laying there chilling. He grabbed my penis. And he's playing with my penis. I let that happen.
Not long after posting this video, Natureboy and Melanation would get arrested in Costa Rica.
You basically, when you're in a foreign country and you have a vehicle that comes from another country, you have to get a certain kind of certificate to be able to say, okay, this is the, we had Honduras plates, this is a Honduras vehicle, you guys got to pay a certain amount of money, for a liability insurance, since it's a car from another country, there's a certain kind of way that they handle it. It's this third world. It's not like America. It's not the same. So our car gets impounded. We're in Cojita, we're in Costa Rica, Cojita, and we were just on a little, going over there just for a little excursion. We go over there. Our car ends up getting impounded because they have stops, where they stop you. They want to know who you are, you're traveling, this, that, and the third. And then they're like, who's got, how many of y'all got stamps? They said, oh, you guys don't have stamps either? Car's not ready. Oh, both of y'all coming with us. We're taking y'all to immigration. We're going to take the car to the impound. Y'all going to have to get that with paperwork. They did this. They booked us in.
Costa Rican police had them shuttled by bus to immigration. Once at the facility, Natureboy advised the group to defy immigration officials and not get off the bus.
We are right now in an immigration van in Costa Rica, Limon, Costa Rica. You feel what I'm saying? The whole Melanation is in here. We're not getting out of this van right now. I need you to share this video with everybody. You understand? We was pulled over. We came here to live as human beings, free of the corporations that they set out called countries. We're not going for none of that. We staying in this van right here, and I want y'all to know right now that at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. We got to make some change right now. I don't belong to a corporation. I don't belong to Costa Rica. I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about America. I don't know what you're talking about when you talking about none of that. I belong to the earth. We are human beings. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They're going to come get me right now, bro. Get out the bag! Get out the fucking house!
We are in jail. We go to trial, but we will be free very soon. Keep our men in your prayers. See, they are down there. Hey! Are y'all awake? Y'all on camera, say something. Let them know you're okay. They may have beaten us. They may have left bruises, but we will live for the truth. And I just wanted to let y'all know we are okay.
We're vibrating higher than this place is. They don't even know what type of beings that they have in jail right now.
The entire group will be brought to immigration court the morning after being arrested. Natureboy would go live in the hallway while waiting to see the judge. He would describe how the officers had roughed them up the night prior.
Update. They mashed us up crazy yesterday. Snatched out my man Locks. Let him look close in the eye. Omac the Ancient. Devil got a hold on him. Niggas scraped us up bad, man. Kicking us in the face, punching us in the face. You know what I mean? Right here in Costa Rica, Limon, Costa Rica.
What they do to you, baby girl? What they do? Come over and tell them what they do to you.
I was protecting my husband. They hit me in my head, pulled my hair, tried to pull me out the window. And then when I tried to protect him, they fell on top of me. The police fell on top of me because they were kicking him in the head and in the face. I was just trying to protect him, and they pulled me away. And I have a bruise. They pulled me. They dragged me from on the gravel, and I have a bruise and scratch on my behind. Yeah.
Okay, what they do to you, man?
This lady slapped me. I was choked. They tried to pull my hair out.
And they were grabbing my hair. Unfortunately, they didn't grab any of my locks. They grabbed my hair, trying to drag me over the seat. I had one guy trying to bring my pinky all the way back to my knuckles.
Just a month prior to the arrest in Costa Rica, a new member had joined the group named Jose. Natureboy would name him Mel Nino, but would later change his name to Rambo.
I'm Mexican, soy mexicano, hablo español, me llamo Jose Manuel Lopez. I was born in San Diego, California.
Mel Nino, you just got thrown around, bro. Let me see your scars. Let me see. It's all up and down your arm, yo. You can't even take your joint off.
By this time, Rambo was the only one in the group that spoke Spanish.
He was basically having me translate everything that he was saying, and It was so annoying. He was saying shit like, can you tell them, is it because I'm black? Is it because we're black that they're treating us this way? And I was just like, no, bro, it's because your visa expired and you're breaking the law. He just wouldn't even agree to like the most even minimal like agreement.
We're about to go down for 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks, and then they're gonna try to deport us back. But listen, they hold us on some charges of resisting. It's just us sitting here. Look who's sitting here.
So we were in there for about a month, maybe less than that. It wasn't everyone. Some people did have their stamps.
A total of 11 members would initially be arrested, but only 6, including Natureboy, would stay in immigration jail for a few weeks. Pocahontas and Rambo were 2 of the 5 people that were released. 2 members left the group as soon as they were freed. Pocahontas, Rambo, and another member stayed together at the house for weeks, until Natureboy and the others were freed as well. What the internet would later dub Wafflegate was sparked by a phone call Natureboy made from jail to Pocahontas. When she answered the phone and handed it to Rambo, Natureboy went crazy.
He immediately snaps. What are you handing me the phone for? I was like, well, I have to eat, babe. You know, I'm pregnant. I need to get some food. I'm trying to eat this waffle. Oh, waffle? You know what? You gotta go. You gotta fucking go. We don't eat waffles here at Melanation. He's upset. He's like, yo, you're not my wife anymore. This, that, and the third. And I'm sitting here like, over a waffle?
Eventually, Natureboy and the 5 others were released and given plane tickets to leave Costa Rica and head back to the States. Natureboy would again go viral when him and the group were kicked off a Spirit Airlines flight.
They said we can't get on the plane because we stink, yo. They said we stink, but they had us locked up all this time. And they said we stink. We definitely don't stink. We don't even eat anything that stinks. We may look like we stink, but we don't eat anything that stinks, man. Nobody stinks. We need a lawyer. We need to just like a lawsuit has to be done about this. It's crazy. Like, we don't stink.
After being denied the flight on Spirit Airlines, the group would be allowed on an American Airlines flight the following day.
They brought us back from Costa Rica to the United States to show us, that we could show you physically how much we don't even have our own freedom.
They would land in Florida, and Natureboy would go live soon after landing.
They shaved our faces, reflection. They doused us down in alcohol. And America's embassy let them do it. They stood us up, shaved our faces, just so we can get on a plane, and doused us down with alcohol. Humiliated us. Told us that we stunk.
Natureboy would give his first solo interview with Sonetta TV days later.
You got the floor, my brother. Let's talk to the people.
It's amazing to be on the show again, man. You know, originally I came on your show with Brother Pharaoh.
They don't know that. The people don't know that.
It's funny, on the show I was saying, let's go to Africa.
How about we go home and eat our food from the ground where it's most live?
Shortly after that show, I wind up actually, after the show with you, I wind up actually moving out to Central America. I didn't go to Africa. I went to Central America. A couple of guys came with me. I lived in Honduras for about a couple months, six months.
So why you choose Costa Rica? Why Costa Rica?
Well, I originally chose Costa Rica because it was the most eco-friendly country, one of the most eco-friendly countries in the world, meaning that they care about nature there. And we lived there for a year and a half.
Take me back to the bus stop, on the bus. How did that all go down, brother?
Well, here's the thing. That day, they had impounded our van. They made that van. They manufactured that van. That van has a VIN number, and that van it belongs to them. Then they wanted to impound us, which showed that we're basically some kind of property or some kind of cattle or some kind of something. And they wanted to know our numbers so they could see what our VIN number was so that they can ship us back to where our owner was. And we wasn't happy. So they deported us. When they deported us, that's fine. We're still going back.
Okay, so now leading up to letting y'all go, they let you go. Then they say, no, we're not letting you on the plane. Y'all stinking.
They were letting you stay.
They were letting you stay?
So obviously it wasn't us as a group. They were signaling out everybody else except me.
It's the black people.
Exactly.
Well, that was just letting us know that the kind of property we are. Okay, we are to them that we are property of the United States, but what kind of property? or we're the slaves. We're the lowest scum of the United States. So we can do whatever we want with them. People were making fun of us online. Look at them. They look like they stink. I seen people online. I seen the World Star. I seen the media takeout. They said, you know, you can see people in there talking about we stink. We look like we stink. What? Black people look like we stink?
Over the next couple of weeks after the interview, Nature Boy and the group would travel throughout the United States, staying in different Airbnbs and different people's homes along the way.
Detroit, Miami, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia.
The controversial remarks Nature Boy had made about his son prior to being deported from Costa Rica was still causing a stir online, and young Pharaoh was leading the charge.
I did want to speak about Nature Boy and that whole thing, because people are saying that he's a pedophile. What is it that we're using to say that he's a pedophile?
He said after he got done having sex with this woman at the time, he let his son play with his penis. If you say, I let my son play with my penis, that's not no accident shit.
He recanted that statement and said, that's not what I meant by that.
So if you say that he recanted that statement, that don't mean he recanted that action.
Having that boy touch his penis, that's also pedophilia. There's a mental, there's a psychological, there's so much that's involved with that, because now what do you think that boy is going to think about when he's around other boys? That it's okay to touch their penis too. So he is a pedophile. He didn't just say that his son seen his penis. He said his son played with his penis. He said his son saw him having sex.
And then he said, I let it happen.
Would you want any male, you understand, father or not, to play with your son's penis? So let's reverse it.
So
Can your son play with another man's penis?
No, absolutely not.
He said out his mouth that children get molested, but it's for a good reason.
A lot of people were molested as children, but for a good reason.
All right, so now does that answer your question?
Nature Boy and the group would continue to travel the United States, and at some point they stopped in Ohio. They would stay a few days on the school campus where Mike Brown was the president. Nature Boy would go live on Instagram from the campus with a message for his followers that many would consider odd.
Go get some help, man. I got women hitting me like, don't ever fucking talk to me. I'm like, the fuck? They joined the bandwagon? Like, you really? Whatever. Okay. Like, that shit, well, you ain't nobody that I want to fuck with anyway if you gonna fucking believe that shit. Even if you do find a real pedophile, you find a criminal, have mercy. Don't let that hate consume you. Only God gonna judge that person. Yo, let that person let their universe deal with them, yo. That's fucked up, and that ain't something I get into, but that's fucked up. But I ain't gonna go over here and consume hate in my heart to the point where I'm gonna go touch that person or wanna hurt that person or create a voodoo doll.
Although Nature Boy and Pocahontas were still at odds over the waffle situation, she felt obligated to get online and defend him against the negative attention.
As most of you all know, I am Pocahontas Lavi. I am Nature Boy, Master Teacher Nature Boy's direct. And I've just sat idly by and watched the allegations, and I did nothing. I received a lot of messages in my inbox, and a lot of you all were saying that, oh, I only noticed him until this video and until I saw the hashtags pedophile. You have to be on a very low vibration to even find someone on that frequency just because of the words pedophile. I've never searched it. I know for a fact that he has a pure heart. He has pure intentions. He's done nothing but show me myself and help me grow as an individual, help me grow as a being. He's greater than Martin Luther King. He's greater than Malcolm X. And what you will not do, and what I will not allow you to do, is defame a man of Christ consciousness. There are no children here except the one in here. Okay? There are no children here. None. There are no children here. And the allegations are 20 billion% false.
Pocahontas will receive criticism for defending Nature Boy, but she never responded to the critics.
When you're faced with some of this stuff, if you don't speak out, I'm gonna look at you funny.
That dialogue and that justification and trying to find some kind of fucking excuse is why pedophilia exists inside our communities.
She is literally trying to justify this man, Nature Boy's
pedophilia tendencies. Like, you can't justify this in any type of angle, man. Regardless of the fact, Pocahontas defended him over the allegations. Within a week after posting that video, Natureboy kicked her out of the group.
One thing that I do know, having studied Eligio, is that Eligio is unpredictable.
Although Natureboy had harsh critics due to his comments, which was to be expected, he also had many people defending him. One of those people was a young man named Dalen from Baltimore, Maryland. He would post a video to YouTube that would get Natureboy's attention.
The online community criticizing, judging Natureboy. That man is not a pedophile. I want y'all to know that that man has Christ consciousness. I feel that brother on everything he be saying. I feel like he's a higher version of me. And Natureboy, I know you're gonna see this. I was gonna send you a message online, but I was afraid.
Natureboy posted a comment on the video, and the two of them would get in touch with each other through Instagram. Dalen would join the group a week later, leaving his girlfriend and 2 small children behind.
I had to be in line with nature, and in order to be in tune with nature, you gotta make sacrifices. You have to prove yourself.
Dalen's name would change a few times, but he would mostly be known by Musa. After Musa joined, Natureboy and the group would eventually make their way to South Carolina, where Natureboy would visit Maisha and Osiris. Maisha was well aware of the statements Natureboy made, but she defended him by saying he was misunderstood. During the visit, Natureboy asked if he could take Osiris for a few months.
Before he came to visit, there was always talk about Osiris going to, visit with him.
Maisha wasn't sure if it was a good idea, but after giving it some thought, she agreed.
I met everybody. I let them know, what I felt, how I thought my son should be treated. And, he assured me everything would be okay. So I said yes, that he could go. And I felt like if this went well, then he could continue to come visit you like, summers and, whenever he has breaks or whatever. So he leaves.
Natureboy and the group headed to Texas, where they would rent an Airbnb while preparing to head back to Central America. This time they'd be heading to Belize. Over 1,600 miles away from Texas, in Seattle, Washington, was a 24-year-old woman named Kendra Carter.
I had just quit my job because I felt like mentally drained. I just felt like I didn't know. I just felt lost, honestly. I just felt lost.
Vagina that won't even let a finger in. You tried to be with her first try, and you said, I can't get in.
Not even a finger, it was just sensitive. It was very sensitive. So I was trying to get it in, couldn't even do that. It was a flop. I was like, damn.
See how big my pinky is? This ain't that big. I can barely get my pinky in there without hurting. I'm like, damn, shit.
In that moment, I just remember feeling broken. It was just humiliation. That's what it was. It was a humiliation ritual.